Hey there, Toon Bats. Long time no see. Welcome to all of the new bats that have joined the colony. Hi, I'm Azzy. As you can see, I have a new background set up again. I moved some stuff down from Wisconsin a few weeks ago, and unpacking is a bitch. But anyway, today I'm talking about the latest release from Golden Apes, who this episode's going to be a little bit longer than usual because I have a little bit of a story to tell, a little bit of an anecdote, if you will. I've been hooked on this band since 2007 with their release, The Geometry of Tempest, which featured the song Ferryman. And I think the first time I actually heard that track was on one of Danny Ash's of Cemetery Confession fame, one of their early mixes when they did their Industrial Club podcast. I clipped this track out, put it on one of my car CD mixtapes, and kind of wore that out to the extreme. And never would I have thought, 15 years later, that I would have been able to not only meet the band, see them perform, hear Ferryman live at Dark Spring, Boston earlier this year, but I got to be the DJ for the night. That was awesome. But anyway, let's talk about this new release. And of course, when they sent it to me, I jumped on the opportunity to review their latest EP, From the Sky, released July 29th on Icy Cold Records, legend of a modern record label. I meant to get this out weeks ago, but yeah, like I said, boxes and boxes and boxes, oh god. But it also took me longer than expected to review this because there's just something about Pierre Lebrec's sorrowful baritone and the icy synths that Golden Apes is known for that just gets in my head, takes me back to a time in my life when I was, really depressed and, their music was helping me get through a lot. So I had to deal with some of those resurfacing emotions. I'm sure you understand we all have one of those songs, right? Okay, enough with the anecdotes. A little bit of background on the band. They formed in 1998 in Berlin, Germany, and have been, they've had a bit of a chaotic lineup over the last 24 years, but the constant has been Pierre Lebrecht on vocals, synths, lyrics, and Christian Lebrecht on bass. From the Sky does see the band returning to a full lineup again with the addition of Garrett Hassler and Frank Flenz on guitars and Joe Tyburn on drums, and I'm going to be primarily talking about the 4 new tracks on this EP instead of the 2 remix tracks, so it's a 6-track EP. I have to say the drums on this album and the energetic guitars add such a frantic energy that complements Pierre's manic vocal performance at times, and I think maybe it's because I was able to see them live, and seeing a band live always is a bit of a bias for me because I remember that energy. I feel like this EP is a real reinvigoration in their discography. I may be projecting, but the whole EP just gels together in a way that feels more vital and lively and more, for lack of a better word. It could be because the guitars and drums are so forward on this EP, which makes the album feel like a strangely lucid break in a long mental storm that is all at once liberating, curious, but uniquely terrifying. And true to form, From the Sky tells a brief but spectacular story through lyrics that blend stark realism and surrealist metaphor and instrumentation that is masterfully arranged to wring every last ounce of emotion out of the listener. The track that I really want to highlight on this EP, though, so the 4 new tracks are From the Sky, the title track. I put it in one of my previous mixes. You may have heard it there. Hold Me, A New Day's Dawn. A New Day's Dawn is the only track that doesn't have the word sky in the lyrics. Fun fact. But Hole in My Head, this is the track that every time I've listened through the EP, this is the one word that just makes me tear up. Pierre's voice, the flow between these distant synths in the slow parts and the frantic guitar work in the faster parts, and lyrics like "There's a hole in my head, centuries old, there's a hole in my head, dark and cold." It gets to me and it hits me right in my depression pit. And I think about the people dear to me who've exited my life and how it just feels my own personal feelings of inadequacy. This is just a really emotional song. I do want to try to keep it short, so in the interest of brevity, hey, thanks Golden Apes for sending me a copy of the EP. I really appreciate it. Bats, go give them some love. Let me know what you think. Did you get nothing out of it, or did you, get some of the same feels out of it that I did? I always want to hear your thoughts. But yeah, thanks for being here with me. Like, comment, subscribe, all that shit. And final big leathery bat hug to our Patreon supporters and the beautiful people who have unexpectedly, but it's much appreciated, sent direct donations into Obscure Undead. It means the world to me and helps, keep all these colorful lights on over here. Anyway, I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.